All right, lesson 13 is on the graph of a linear equation in two variables. So what you're going to see in this lesson, this is a lot like the last two lessons we've been doing, but our focus is going to become on the graph and what it looks like. So it says find at least 10 solutions to the linear equation 3x plus y. Again, we're focusing on that this is a linear equation, so we're going to talk about what that means, and plot the points on the coordinate plane. Well, to make things fit, we're going to turn the page here. So go ahead and rotate your page. And again, sorry. Let's try this again. Okay. And so what we want to do here is just like we were doing the other day, okay? We're going to pick x values and figure out what they mean for y values. Now, got our graph right here. So our equation, I know it's hard to see over here, is 3x plus y equals -8. So I am, I'm going to solve for y in this one. And I'm just going to plug some numbers in for x. So remember, a good number to start with always is 0. Okay, and we're going to put that in right here for x. Not where I drew my line, but right here for x. So I'm going to go 3 times 0 plus y, that's what this is right here, I know it copied bad, equals -8. Well, anything times 0 is 0, so y is just -8. So if I wanted to plot that point, I'd have 0, -8. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in there. I'm going to switch up colors so it's a little bit easier to see. I'm just going to plop it in there for x. So I'm going to go 3 times 1 plus y equals -8. Now, guys, this is like the tedious part. It's not hard, but this is where the mistakes come. Because we start going too fast, we start assuming we know what's going on, but we're not adding 3 to each side. We're subtracting 3 from each side right now because I want to know what y equals. So pay attention to solving equation rules. If I have a -8 and I combine that with a -3, that's a -11. So my ordered pair, remember, 1, -11. All right, then let's put a 2 in. Again, I'm just picking these x values. You can pick whatever you want. The bigger the number you pick, though, probably the bigger y value you're going to get. So I'm going to go 3 times 2 plus y equals -8. That's 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And then I want to solve for y, so I'm going to get rid of the 6 by subtracting 6 from each side. That gives me 0, and I get y equals -8 plus a -6, or -8 minus 6. Either way you look at it, that's a -14. That part holding you back, type that into a calculator. So I have 2 -14. I don't think it'll allow me to write on my picture here, so I'll scroll. Okay, now notice the shape these points are starting to take. The reason we're doing 10 is so we can see what shapes we have. And sorry, there's going to be dots on my face. Okay. Oh, what's now? Let's try 3. You know I'm going to get some negatives here at some point, but 3 times, I'm going to use parentheses for multiplying, times -3 plus y equals -8. That's -9 plus y equals -8. And again, at any point, if you're like, well, -9 plus whatever equals -8, that's fine. Okay. So I am going to add, I put a -3 in. I got ahead of myself. Sorry. Let me try this again. There we go. There's my video. Hopefully there's only one mistake today. How about 3 times 3? That's 9. And then I'm going to subtract 9 from each side. And I get y equals -8 plus -9, which is a -17. That makes a little more sense. Does that fit on the line here? Sure. 3, -17. Okay, again, we're starting to see that shape. And since it's linear, we shouldn't be surprised. We hopefully know what that means. Let's try some negatives. Let's go -1. Always a good idea to try negatives. 3 times -1. Obviously, I was trying to get there quicker than I meant to. 3 times a -1 is -3, plus y equals -8. I'm going to add 3 to both sides to make it go away. And -8 plus 3 is going to be a -5. Hopefully I did that right. So we have -1, -5. Oh, -2. Again, guys, where are these numbers coming from? I'm just picking them. They're x values. And all I'm doing every single time is replacing the x. I'm substituting the x for it. So this is negative 6 plus y equals negative 8. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Negative 8 plus 6 is going to be a negative 2. So we get negative 2, negative 2. Oh, let's see. Are we getting closer? 4 more. Okay, 4 more. Next example, I probably won't make it all the way to 10. But this one I will. How about negative 3? This is the one I want to do earlier. 3 times the negative 3 plus y equals negative 8. That's negative 9 plus y equals negative 8. And I add 9 to both sides. And that's going to end up being 1. So negative 3, 1 is right here. Okay, again, look at that. Look at that shape we're getting. Oh, let's change things up. Let's go 5. 3 times 5 plus y. I know this is tedious, guys. I know we don't want to write all this, but you know how to do the work, and that's what's important. I'm going to subtract 15 from each side. Same sign, I'm going to add them together. 18 plus 15 is 23. Since they're both negative, my answer is negative. That one's not going to fit. I don't think, oh, maybe. Nope, I stopped at 20. Not going to fit. Neither the next two I'm going to do. But I want to show you that we can pick whatever we want. So let's go 10. 3 times 10 plus y equals negative 8. Same equation. 30 plus y equals negative 8. Minus 30 minus 30. I'm getting really sloppy now. That's a negative 38. Not on the graph, but it would still be on that line. One more. Negative 10. 3 times a negative 10 plus y equals negative 8. That's negative 30 plus y equals negative 8. Then I add 30 to both sides. And I get 22. All right. So as we look at all of this here, I don't know if you'll let me scroll here at all. The question asks over, I know you're going to turn it here, and I'm going to turn back here in a second, but it says what shape is the graph of the linear equation taking? Well, I hope you guys see that this is forming a line here. All right. So this right here, it's forming a line. So what shape is it taking? It's a line. And if you look in the word linear, you see the word line. So linear equations, the graph of those are going to be lines. Okay? All right, let's stop right there, and I will do the next one in the next video. But again, this is the same thing we've been doing, and I want you guys to realize that. It's the same thing we've been doing. Our focus now, though, is what shape is the graph going to take?